My name is Austin, and I'm a graduate of Durham. Today I'm going to try and make this really quick because other people need to get baptized as well. If you guys are hanging around after this, feel free to speak to me, and I'm very happy to share my testimony in a more personal and less corporate setting. So I've been brought up in a Christian household all my life. I gave up my life to Christ the first time at a scripture union camp when I was 9. And I vividly remember the day I surrendered my life to Jesus. And since then I had a rather rocky but still relationship with our God, the Three-in-One. I ended up backsliding, and throughout my teens I saw church as something more of a social setting of people that were a bit different from normal people.
You've got weirdos down here.
This group of people that were a bit crazy for Christ, and I think it was a bit scary, but I ended up going to Bible college when I was 21, which massively changed my life and really helped me engage with my spiritual gifts. However, unfortunately I still decided to deny Christ throughout my national service years and subsequently during university. I remember in my first year where I met my good friends Nick and Tim, and at this point in my life I was a bit like Jonah, running away from God. And quite honestly, the first time I met these two crazy on fire Christians, I was a bit scared. But I'm very grateful that now 3 years later, we are best of friends, and they're here today to help me get baptized. I think ultimately my baptism has been a very, very heavy decision. I think for me personally, it's been something that's been on my mind for the last 12 to 14 years, and I'm really, really glad that I'm finally making this decision. It's not merely a celebration of my life given to Christ. I think it's a celebration of everyone's lives here given to Christ. I think it's a celebration of anyone here in this room, anyone in this room, anyone outside of this room, they can surrender their life to Christ as well. I've seen how Christ has completely transformed my household in the last 4 years. I've seen how it's transformed the lives of my mom, my dad, my family, the people around close to my family as well. And I think that I believe very strongly that God can transform your life as well. I'm going to finish off with a quote from one of my housemates. So, a few weeks ago, when I got back to Durham and I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing here, this idea of baptism popped into my head, and I was quite engaged talking to my housemates about it. So we were back on a shopping trip, and my housemate Liam, we were driving past a McDonald's, and there was this McDonald's with a big tasty advertisement, and it said, "Big decision." So I turned to Liam and I said, "Big decision, Liam." Without turning around, he just yelled in the car, "Do it! You will never regret it!" At this point of time, Beth, who's engaged to Liam, turned to Liam and was like, "I think he's talking about Big Tasty." But that really spoke to me, and I'm really, really happy to make this big decision today. I don't think I'm ever going to regret it, and I believe that if you guys make this big decision yourselves, you won't regret it as well. Thanks for letting me share.